Right then. Sorry I haven't uploaded the last few days and the lighting's awful. It's just I feel absolutely awful the last few days. I haven't been able to upload, so that's why I'm not exactly too upbeat right now in making this video, but we're still gonna do it. I believe that Joseph Parker versus Daniel Dubois must be next. Um, I think it's a must, to be fair, because we've seen possible opponents that Daniel Dubois could be fighting next. People in the IPF rankings who the IBF have suggested Daniel Dubois to fight, and as we learned the last few days, Anthony Joshua is out of the Daniel Dubois fight. Apparently, he's not going to be ready for February, and Frank Warren's really determined to get Daniel Dubois out in February. So I think it's got to be Joseph Parker next. And a big reason why I think is because he is the WBO mandatory, and it does annoy me that he is the mandatory for the WBO because he's not valid for the IBF. But with Turki Al-Sheikh about, I feel like a fight like this has got to happen. And I feel like someone like Turki Al-Sheikh can make it happen if he wants to. But I made a video on it a few weeks ago, which got quite a bit of support, by the way. So thank you everyone for that. About Joseph Parker deserves much better than what he's been given by Turki Al-Sheikh. So I really think Turki Al-Sheikh currently is doing Joseph Parker pretty dirty. Which is a shame, to be honest with you. It really is a shame. But hopefully, he can make up for it by giving the fans what they want. Because if I'm being honest, I don't know any other fight I'd want to see for Daniel Dubois other than this, apart from the AJ rematch, really, which I wouldn't mind. Because if we're being real, I wouldn't mind the Zhang fight either. But if we're being honest about Zhang is coming off a loss. Sorry, he's coming off a win against a washed up Deontay Wilder. Previously, before that, he's coming off a loss to Joseph Parker. So, Parker's more deserving of an opportunity. And I go back to my point about Parker being the WBO mandatory. He's earned the spot, but he's unable to get it because of, Usyk and Fury. And who knows what's going to happen with Usyk and Fury. After, if Fury wins, it could be a trilogy. If Usyk wins, then if Usyk wins, then I reckon Usyk could retire, which puts Parker in a weird position because he'd be still inactive, but because who knows who he's going to fight. It doesn't look like Turki Al-Sheikh's doing him any favors unless he can get in this fight against Daniel Dubois, which is possible. He's got the money to be able to get it done, but who knows? I think overall, Park is the deserving guy. I mean, you look at people like Fabio Borley, who are in talks to fight Daniel Dubois. Borley's British level. He's not I've seen people saying he's a dangerous fight for Dubois. As of now, he's not. I mean, he can be in a few years. He's very good, but he's not well level. He's not at all. Fabio Borley doesn't, I don't think, deserve the shot. Parker's earned the chance. I've already said about Zhang. Otto Warren's being thrown into the mix. No. He got battered by AJ, his stock's down, and he got battered by AJ. Dubois battered AJ, so it's no. Caballero, Caballero and Bacoli are fighting, so that's happening. That neither of them are going to be fighting Dubois next. They'll fight the winner of who Dubois fights in Feb. And, we're going to find this out soon. But Joseph Parker, I feel like, needs to be making a strong case for himself here and really needs to be trying getting in those talks. Try and get on the phone to Turki Al-Sheikh and make it bloody pick up because he's not treating him very well right now. But I mean, yeah, Parker's been out since March. He should have a fight him by now. He's ready to go. He's got it all over social media. He wants to fight. He wants to fight Dubois. Give him the fight. He deserves it. Stop making him hang about for it. I hate the IBF as well because they're making stuff very difficult as well. So, yeah, thank you very much to them. I mean, there's people like Anderson, but Anderson doesn't deserve the shot. He got battered by Bacoli in his last fight. How does Anderson deserve a shot at Daniel Dubois. Like, that makes absolutely zero sense. Joseph Parker is the man who deserves it. He's coming off a big 3-fight win streak, right? 4-fight win streak. Massey, Keane, Wilder, Zhang. Like, he's put himself in an incredible position right now. Zhang has. I mean, Zhang was looking absolutely unstoppable before the Parker fight, coming off 2 big knockout wins over Joyce. Got robbed against Hergovich. Like, Joseph Parker's a well-deserving guy here. And, going into the Wilder fight against Parker, when Parker fought Wilder, everyone was counting Parker out. Everyone was still bigging up Wilder, saying he's the second best heavyweight in the world or something like that. It's third, second best heavyweight. That's what they were saying about Deontay Wilder. Look what Parker did to him. So, it's an obvious one in my opinion. There's no one as worthy as a shot as Joseph Parker right now. There's absolutely no one out there who deserves a title shot more than Joseph Parker. But I just feel like the IBF are making things difficult. Turki Al-Sheikh's not serving Parker the fights he wants. And, people say Turki Al-Sheikh's just there for the knockouts. Turki Al-Sheikh just wants to bring in these guys who have a big KO ratio, bring those big highlight reel KOs. But at the end of the day, boxing's not all about knockouts. Boxing's all about the best performances, clever boxers. Boxing's about getting hit. Boxing's about hitting and not getting hit. So, and that's what Parker can do well, and that's especially what he's been showing his last few fights. Especially, he's in the prime of his career right now. He's never been better than what he is. He's a former world champion as well, and he's rebuilt himself. And I feel like right now, even though he's not a big KO knockout artist, people are still talking about him. I feel like he's won a lot of people over. Many people are calling him boring, but I think he's won a lot of people over. I mean, I never used to be a big fan of Joseph Parker, but he's won me over with what he's been doing and how he's turned his career around after getting knocked out against Joe Joyce. So, he's turned his career around. He's got people behind him. Even though he's not a big KO artist, he's got backing of the fans now. Turkey must give him the shot. It's great stylistic matchup as well. There's a lot of intrigue. Parker Dubois. It's a 50-50 fight. Both guys on the best runs of their careers and in the prime. So, yeah, give Parker the title shot. This is the fight that the fans want. No one wants to see him fight Dubois. No one wants to see Dubois fight Wardley. Everyone wants to see Parker versus Dubois, possibly Zhang versus Dubois. But again, Zhang doesn't deserve the title shot. He lost to Parker. Give Parker the shot. Otherwise, he'll be waiting for ages for Fury and Usyk, which we just can't afford for at this point. Parker needs activity, especially when he's in the prime of his career. You can't waste it. And, Parker wants to get in there. Turki Al-Sheikh's wasting it for Joseph Parker. I don't know if Turki Al-Sheikh's trying to drag Joseph Parker out and try and make him lose a fight or something, because he's not a big fan of him at the end of the day. He wasn't happy when Parker beat Wilder. He wasn't happy when Parker beat Zhang. So Turki Al-Sheikh might be doing this all on purpose, but Frank Warren's got to do something. Get Parker in there. But yeah, the IBF, Turki Al-Sheikh seem to be holding up, but hopefully they prove me wrong.